Hey guys, Lexus Driver here. Welcome to a new video. Now on this video, what I have here is some more AI generated images from Google Gemini. I also have the ones I made in my previous video, so it's gonna be a little combination. So here's what I got here. So this one here, this is the same thing, an anthropomorphic gray wolf. But this one is in the intake release area because on my previous one that I made, that was um, the prison block. This one is the intake release area. You see the prison guards. They're handcuffing and leg cuffing the gray wolf. Also the same thing here on the others. So this one is the gray wolf. This one is the Arctic wolf. This one is the lion, and this one the snow leopard. So I know this looks pretty much illogical because I did some digging about escorting a prisoner in handcuffs after they change into their prisoner inmate uniforms. From what I learned best about escorting a prisoner in handcuffs, from what I can remember, this stuff only applies to supermax prisons. It can also apply to maximum security prisons, but this stuff would be very common in supermax prisons, especially like I think. The most likely would be ADX Florence. So I got this idea, the prison guards, handcuffing and leg cuffing the prisoner. But I know it's illogical because judging by the prison I have here, this looks like a maximum security prison, but not a supermax prison. Um, so far I don't have an AI generated fanfic of based on this image, so I haven't thought about that yet. But I just wanted to show off some more fun I had with AI with the AI image generator. So this one is the wolf, and if we do it in sequence, after he is handcuffed and leg cuffed, he follows the prison warden to the prison cell where he is placed in his assigned the wolf is following the prison warden into the prison block to his prison cell, escorted by two prison guards. So that's the wolf. Here's the Arctic wolf. So he's being handcuffed and leg cuffed, and also to make in all of these parts to make it realistic. When a prison guard when a prison guard is handcuffing the prisoner, obviously they would stand up, as you can see right here. For the leg cuffs, as to make it realistic, I have the prison guard crouched, because when slapping leg cuffs, the prison guard actually has to crouch. But I think I kind of prefer having it like this because from what I learned when it comes to handcuffing prisoners, when it comes to the leg cuffs, in some prisons, like I think likely in Texas, a good example. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of good examples. Just saying one. Um, one example I can think of would be in I think the prison in Texas. The prisoner would stand, but he would be behind and then raise his leg. That's when they can leg cuff the prisoner. But I went with the prison guard crouching when slapping the leg cuffs. Okay, so the same thing. So handcuffed and leg cuffed after the prisoner's changed into his prisoner inmate uniform, then being escorted by the Arctic wolf is following the prison warden, escorted by two prison guards into the prison block to his prison cell. Same thing, this one, but this time it's a lion. Uh, so this one, same thing. Uh, now, the when it comes to handcuffing the when it comes to handcuffing the prisoner, and when it comes to handcuffing and leg cuffing the prisoner, this idea I have here, like the prison guard, handcuffing the prisoner. Obviously, they would stand right in front of the prisoner and then slap the cuffs. For slapping the leg cuffs, they would crouch, and this is how I went through it. They would crouch and then slap the leg cuffs. Like they would be standing from behind because just so like slapping the leg cuffs would be uh, well, you know what I mean. So this is the lion, and then the lion is following the prison warden to into the prison block to his prison cell. And finally, I have the snow leopard. For all you bad guys fans, I'm thinking of Kitty Cat. For all you guys who really love this character and really looking forward to having her change for the better. This one I have here. This is a male. This is a male anthropomorphic snow leopard. So same thing. The prison guards are handcuffing and leg cuffing the prisoner. The male, handcuffing the male standing in front and handcuffing the hands, and the female prison guard leg cuffing the legs. So yeah. Now afterwards, yeah, the prisoner follows the warden to his into the prison block to his prison cell, escorted by two prison guards. But overall, I had so much fun making this kind of stuff. I know this stuff I make, I know, saying the word fun would make me sound morbid, considering what prison is. But I just wanted to do a lot of experimenting. Ever since I watched the bad guys part, when I watched the prison scene, I just wanted to generate uh, an image of an anthropomorphic character in prisoner inmate uniforms. I did a lot of experimenting. I tried the one, they're being escorted, and then this one, I went with this one I went with like when it comes to the prisoner inmate uniforms, I went with an orange coveralls because a lot of just leave it like this. A lot of a lot of prison uniforms in the United States today. The vast majority of the vast majority of prisoner inmate uniforms are orange, but there are. Well, it just depends on the what the prison is, because the vast majority of prisoner inmate uniforms are colored orange, but there's also prisoner inmate uniforms that are in different colors. Brown, beige, any kind of prisoner inmate uniform. Those are some of the colors, but the most common prisoner inmate uniform color is orange. When it comes to when it comes to the shoes, I would say I stand correct when I chose the white one. But this one pairs very well with an orange. This one pairs very well with the orange prisoner inmate uniforms. But for the other colors, it's likely it can be white or any color, but regardless of what the color of the prisoner inmate uniform is. It is what it is. Every prison in the United States operates differently. So yeah, in colder areas, they would have long sleeve. In hot and humid areas like Florida, it would be short sleeve. So you know, uh, I've when I make an image with an AI image generator, it's always good to experiment. How would you like the the uniforms to look like for the prisoners. So I didn't when I said prison guards. I actually just say prison guards, but specify a male prison guard, a female prison guard. Um, I just said prison guards, one male, one female. So I didn't mention what their uniforms would look like because obviously a prison guard uniform it's obvious what they would look like. But for the prison warden, I had to be very specific on the clothing because when it comes to the prison warden, how I've seen this in a lot of movies and TV shows, but I'm pretty sure in real life the in real life, prison wardens they have to dress appropriately. So what I have here, I have the prison warden, wearing a double-breasted suit. I chose the double-breasted suit because single-breasted and three-piece. I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to. I just felt like that. I mean, it's okay, but I just wanted to go with a double-breasted suit because just to make the prison warden look very much in authority, like very authoritative when being the head of a prison because that's really the job of the warden. Like the job of the warden is overseeing the prison. Looking at what's going on in the intake release area, the prison blocks, the prison cell inspections. I feel like the prison warden, in prisons, like the prison warden obviously would have an office, but there's also like a breakout area for the prison guards. But when it comes, but the prison warden, uh, the prison warden, I I would say not only he would stay in his office, like write up reports and whatnot, because the job, like I said, the job of the prison warden is to oversee the operations of the prison. So that's really the job of the prison warden. I know other countries have another word of saying, but I prefer I prefer I prefer calling it. I prefer calling that. I prefer calling that occupation uh, the warden. But uh, what's this called? To be precise on what I'm really talking about, I usually just say prison warden because because if you just say warden, it can sound informal in prison, but to sound really formal, it would be what's called the prison warden. The prison warden. Uh, I've seen this like on a YouTube video, like of this was a YouTube original from an interactive YouTube video, like choose your own adventures. I remember there was a character that actually says it's like it sounds a bit informal, but in the prison, like this inmate was like, no, warden. I like he would like he just says warden. So yeah. Anyways, I had a lot of fun, making this kind of stuff. I even love trying. I always love designing. I always love like having AI design the prison warden's outfit. So for the canids, for the canids. I went with a midnight blue necktie, and for the felids, I went crimson red with a crimson red necktie. But overall, like so much fun. Looking forward to trying to do some more. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of like this is called. I'm thinking like for the bad guys fans who really love the character Kitty Cat. I think I'll try I'll try making one via the via via Google Gemini. But this one I'll have to delve deep into trying to make the trying to make the trying to make the the person uniform look exactly what Kitty Cat wore. Though I'll have to scrim through my I'll have to scrim through my DeviantArt page on my favorites tab to make it to check and make it as authentic as possible. But that's something for the day. And yeah. Anyway, guys, that's all I have this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And be sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay updated on new content I have on my YouTube channel. But anyway, guys, that's all I have this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, and have a good day, everybody.